Hello, Malcolm. Hello, everyone else. I hope this recording software is working properly this time. Damn thing. Yeah. Here we are at the salvage yard. We've been busy monkeys. Yes, we have. I did record a short episode earlier, but I decided to toss it because it was just like a quick fight with some aliens and then nothing really. I was hiring mechanics. I've been hiring mechanics this afternoon. It's not like I've spent like hours doing it. I walked the dog 3 times. I cleaned the house a little bit. I did some things. But man, I've been hiring a lot of mechanics. So here we are at the scrapyard. I backed away a little bit just to give us some space room. As astute observers of the space crab will note, there are 2 slightly different colored crew modules strapped onto her back right now. That is because we've been acquiring the crew for the new build. We had a build suggestion from Malcolm, and we did our best to accomplish it, and it came out really way too big, like, oh my god, stupid, way too big. Salvaging license, we'll run it in 20 seconds, that's fine. I plan to leave. I think there's some wreckage, some other wreckage. Nice salvage yard, I really like it. I think we're gonna run for an empty sector. We're right here at the galactic rim. Things can get snappy pretty quickly out here. So I think we're going to run for an empty sector. We could even run for a closer one. Our drive's probably charged. All we really need is to know it's empty, and we can't know it's empty at that range because we don't have the scan range for it. So I'll just sip my coffee while the nav comp calculates that out for us. Won't take long because it's a close location. Okay, and we'll have a look around. There we go, pop. So hopefully we've got enough resources, otherwise this episode could be a little abortive. So it looks like there's nothing here. Let's just have a quick look and see if there's any rocks drifting around. We don't want to do this when there's rocks drifting around, because what we're going to do is we're going to get a few 100 kilometers from the spawn zone, so that we have a few minutes to ourselves if something happens. And we'll map a way out as well. But we're going to put a little distance under our belt. I'm stretching our generator to its limits here, so just gotta kind of keep waiting for it to come back down. I don't want to chop into the battery. Pretty good generator though. We can get up to 6 kilometers a second in sort of repeated little bursts, but then our inertial dampeners come on to drop us to safe speed, which is, I guess, what the velocity security control bypass is all about. Seems like a dangerous plan. I don't think I'll ever install one. You never know, I might. Might want a ship that's a serious runner. So okay, I think we're gonna do it. This means stripping the ship. Let's run a little further, and let's map out a jump out. We'll just map out an escape route in case we need to leave. So into build mode, and we gotta strip the ship of turrets complete. So we will drop our scale step down. Come on. Don't know why I'm having trouble here. A little shaky on the mouse today or something. Yes, we're in safe mode. Let's get rid of that silly block hull. And let's just get in here with the del button and pull off the turrets as quick as bun wraps. We'll be putting lots of them back on again, I'm sure. But we're going to have to completely disarm our ship, as well as demod it, because we're doing a build. And although it is just an apply plan build where our existing ship gets transformed by the nanocomputers based on the resources we've obviously stored in subspace, that's the only excuse I could come up with. That maybe, you know, we have subspace mastered enough that we can store like basic materials there, but anything manufactured would be destroyed. That's the best I can do. I like to have a technological excuse for everything in my science fiction. I can't just take it as it comes. I've got to work away at it. And so yeah, we must store our resources in subspace, because otherwise you'd need some hella cargo modules for this nonsense. I really hope there's enough, otherwise I'm completely wasting my time. I haven't attempted it. This is like complete random. I don't even know if my recording software is working properly because it's new and I'm a little bit Oh god, I tried to delete that. Holy shit. It's a good thing safe mode's on, so that's 0 turrets. No, we've got an armed turret left. Ah, it's the lightning turret on the chin. Pop. No, I want to select the turret. Thanks. So now we've got 0 turrets on. Let's strip out the mods. So, pop, 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 pop. The most fun part of the new build process is deciding what mods to jam in the ship, that's for sure. So here we are. Not quite helpless in space, but certainly stripped of all our goods. And now we're going to give it a try. It's as simple as that. We call up our saved ships. We scroll through the ludicrous mountain of them. Please be there, right? That would suck. I'd be so bummed. But I think it's there. They are there. So let's see if it happens. Oh my god, we can build it. We even have some resources left. Sweet. She's built. So we'll take a tour. Your ship's plan was auto-saved. Back to build mode. We'll take a little tour of the beast. So this is Malcolm selected a jack-shaped ship. So this is what I came up with, is this galactic monster, and there's a kind way of looking at the back end, which is to say it looks like the handle of like a powerful, brutal weapon that you'd smash people with. And there's another way to look at the back end, which is to say it really, there goes 2 million credits to pay the crew. That's not that bad, I guess. But the other way to look at it is to say that it's got a candle up its butt. And it does. We're a little slower than the last ship, but we're not up to 130% by any respect, I'm sure. I believe I got enough crew in, but we're going to see about the officer class because something went wrong with them last time. I made her service lights Xanian colored, the same as the engines and thrusters are. She's really all thrusters. Like, the entire ship is covered with thrusters. Well, the core of the wings is stuff, like integrity generators, power generators, you name it. There's a huge, thick core to the wings that's stuff. The core of the front, well, the front end is cargo modules, crew quarters, all kinds of stuff. And what I've done, since this is basically a galactic tour ship where we're going to try to use it to gather up the rest of the artifacts, it's supposed to face all the boss enemies and win, and gather up the rest of the artifacts and make enough money doing it to be all good. We're going to hope. 2 million a pay period, and I think it's 140 minutes or something. So up front here we have some armoring and some bare crew quarters, and that's because I really like them to have windows to look out of while they're cruising the galaxy. I just think that's really cool. So we're going to hope the shield protects that. They're large elements. I bound as many things as I could, like the ship was made out of tons of small pieces, right? And I bound as many of them as I could without wrecking it. And I did my best with the looks of the thrusters. They're a little bit odd, but I did my best on them. So yeah, the whole nose is crew quarters, and there's some crew quarters running back. Behind here is cargo modules, and I put in hangars, which I've never used before. And I'm hoping to get mining drones into the hangars. I don't know how that all works. I think the Xanian service lights will stay. And yeah, she sort of looks like a jack, although she also sort of looks like there's a starship protruding from some gigantic medieval sex toy. I don't really know. I like it. I'm actually really pleased with the appearance. I have seen lots of ship designs out there that are just super gorgeous and make this thing look like, you know, like a mud puddle. But I am really happy with it. It operates. The handling, well, it handles like a town. Basically, it handles like a town, and it's the size of a town. It's not fast on the turning, but it's got really good thrusting ability for sideways, upwards maneuvering, stuff like that, and really good thrusting ability for reversing. So she's agile enough in that respect. Hopefully that'll give us enough combat agility. I put double thickness Xanian stone pads here for the harvesting lasers, because she will do her own salvaging. Because apparently salvaging drones just bite. And then I have Xanian stone here And I'm thinking I should double the thickness, frankly. There's long Xanian stone pads on each wing for the weapons to mount on. Hopefully they'll be able to center past the nose if I put them a decent ways out on the wing, and hopefully they won't be so far out on the wing that they're a disaster. I don't know what my dog's doing. He's either drinking water or chewing a bone. It's super hard to tell through the headphones. I'm actually thinking I should beef those Xanian stone pads, so I think I will. So they were 0.3 thickness. I'll just hit match block. Here come the damn aliens, so we probably will have to warp out. We'll just grab our Xanian stone up. Xanian stone. We've got match block on, so we just bring it down to minimum, and we've got 3. Oh, we should put mirroring on. So x-axis mirroring will help. Save some work, so we'll put that on POW. Hopefully this doesn't damage our maneuvering too badly. And put that on POW. And then we've got to bind them. So we can turn mirroring off, because it doesn't work for binding, oddly enough. And then we'll go to select blocks, and we'll select this, and god damn, there's armor under it. We don't want to select that, do we? Oh, I'm having trouble seeing. Maybe if I focus in on the block and get in a little closer like that. So we got to get the one under it, but not the armor, right? So that and the Xanian stone under it, but the little selector's being a jerk to me. So let's try our merge selected blocks and see what's happening. Nothing happened? It won't merge? Really? So Xanian stone there. Okay, hang on. Let's go back to select blocks. If they won't merge, I'm taking them off. Done and done, right? Okay, so I've got that selected, and then I select that, and I hit merge. Nothing. Okay, so we're going to take them off. Done. So x-axis mirroring. Click, selected, Xanian stone thing, delete. Pull it off. That should happen on the mirror as well. If you do undo move, Control Z, it doesn't work in the mirror. But if you just do delete, it works in the mirror. If you do Control Z, you have to do Control Z this, then Control Z the mirror. Control Z this, then Control Z the mirror. So, okay, fine. She's painted midnight blue. Whoops, we need to go back into build mode. My mistake. Let's check the crew, because what happened last time was I had a perfect crew, and then when I switched them, the officer class didn't have enough. So yeah, look at that. Same thing. The officer class was all reading 100%, and now they're all completely super hosed. But at least we have mechanics and engineers so that the ship can actually drive while we go hire a stunk pile of officers. So, okay, so what's left is to gun her up, but we'll show you how she looks with all the thrusters blaring, which is bloody ridiculous. We will have to probably go to our camera settings, because here we are with this camera scrolled in, all we see is a little church steeple. So we probably will have to go to our camera settings and mess with this in order to make it work. Lots and lots of subspace signals. I think we're just going to warp out of here as soon as they arrive, so... Fine. Build mode. Here she is. Believe the integrity fields are complete. That should all work. Oh, before we arm her, of course, we have to put the mods in, which is the most fun part. Let's hope the aliens don't show up while we're busy putting the mods in. Take that mirroring off. Don't need it. What a neat looking ship. I love the engine pattern. Super hypnotic or what? Love it. Very pleased with my own work, of course. I like her sort of hissing lizard shield, but that's to see, these are like giant lounge areas. We made sure it had more crew space than we needed so that the computer could convert these into gigantic lounge areas for us. So they're behind these combat shields, because mostly we'll be facing what we're fighting, I figure. We do take fire from above and the sides and stuff, but the heaviest nonsense is here they are. Let's get out of here. Bye! Hopefully we didn't leave any parts floating in space. I'm so happy we were able to build this. It's gigantic. This looked like an empty place, but I think it's probably a smuggler hideout or some damn thing. Beacon! Oh, well, let's hang out here and do our stuff. So we're we're going to have to access that beacon, so I'm going to add the note of beacon, because if I have to leave this area, I want to come back and get that, because it'll tell me part of a location series. So we are going to just map out to another empty sector, and then we're going to move a little ways into space. We won't even bother, we'll just warp out in 300 seconds. Disaster. We should be okay. We should be okay. At least we got a solid shield on. So let's mod her up. Ship systems. Oh, that's so annoying about the officer class. I kind of knew it was going to happen. So this ship is for finding stuff with. That's her major plan here. So radar upgrade exotic is going in. Radar range +8. Deep scan range +7. 1.6 gigawatts power consumption. It's pretty trivial. We're putting out 1.6 terawatts and using 0.79 terawatts plus whatever else we use. 0.79 to runner. We'll put in our legendary shield booster show. That brings our shield to 1.8 million, a little better than the last ship, not gigantically. C-43 object detector, exceptional. Highlight range 10.53 kilometers, detection range sector. We're definitely throwing that bad boy in. Valuable objects detected right away. Now we start to think about turret mods. So we've got an MTCS-6, we'll pop it in. We've got a CTCS-5 in here somewhere. Oh, our hyperspace upgrades need to go in, of course. So we got the Quantum 9, +13 jump range, and +13 radar range, and -33 cooldown. So it sucks up extra energy. We got lots. I like energy. So that should bring our time down by quite a bit. Takes 100 seconds off it. That's pretty noticeable. We may put in more hyperspace mods. We have a couple more really good ones that speed up the cooldown as well as add radar range. Oh, stompersly. Well, let's work on turrets for a minute. Oh, scanner upgrade legendary. Probably should go in. 185% scanner range. Oh, that's so cool. It's fun having all these slots to play with. Look, there's no further slot to unlock. This is it. This is all you can get. That's a little crazy, isn't it? So we got the MTCS-6 in, and these all give you 5. These all act as ATCS-5. So we've got doubles of the XS TNK-4 with 4 vertical scratches on its surface. So we'll put in one of our dupes. For sure we'll use that. Now we've got a CTCS-5. We'll throw that in. And then we've got an MTCS-5. We'll throw that in. We got an MTCS-5, we'll throw that in. We got an MTCS-5, we'll throw that in. We got an MTCS-5, we'll throw that in. Let's see how we're doing on turrets now. All those messages have to leave. We've only got 3 slots left, so I'm hoping we're looking pretty good on turrets. So not enough. We're gonna need another shot of her. So I think we'll probably end up using a legendary artifact which works as an ATCS-5. It's kind of going to be better than using an MTCS. Our CTS-CS-5 is all we've got left here. We do want lots of civilian turrets, mind you. Other essential upgrades I'm not sure about. Pirates are attacking the sector. We need to leave. We only have 91 seconds. We need to get the hell away from those. Hopefully the ship can handle well enough to get out of here without her officer class, eh? Let's put her to boost and get her out of the area. She's not as fast as the other ship, but she's fast, and her generator's bigger. Like, look how quick it drops down when boost comes off. Her brakes are also better, so she's going to lose speed faster. But we're going to just boost away from those guys and hopefully have enough time, because we are completely unarmed at the moment. So we can go just under 6 kilometers a second in this ship. We don't dare hit the battery because the battery isn't huge. I mean, it's a respectable enough battery, but it really isn't big, so I'll just keep on boosting a little. That should give us enough time to get on out of here. I knew we'd have to come back for the beacon. So let's see how far away we left those guys. 150 kilometers, 152 kilometers. It'll take him a minute. So let's get back into build mode. We're at 0 kilometers a second again. So let's get back to our mods. We don't even have to do that in build mode. We can do that out of build mode. Love the combat music, but it does go on. So we definitely need more turrets, so we're going to take one of these out and use it as an ATCS-5 despite the risk of losing the ship. Well, that's the 8. Let's not use that. Let's use the 3. Maybe it's easier to get. I think they're all supposed to be unique. I don't know why I have a double of one. So that, and one more like it. I think. Yeah, that gives us a solid wall of turrets. And so where's the hyperspace one that gave radar range? That's the one we want. Yeah, that gives radar range and hyperspace cooldown, so it doesn't give as much jump range as the others, and it doesn't give quite as much hyperspace cooldown, and these ones also save energy, and they have way more jump range, but this gives us radar range. So it's kind of a double acting mod. So let's see where we stand with that. Maybe I should get out of here. Probably time to leave. Good, nice empty sector. Let's hang out. Why have I got combat music still on me? It'll go away. Let's go back to build mode here. So, yeah, there she is. Ooh, she looks good in this sector's light, eh? So, Malcolm and others out there, if you hate the color, let me know. I thought it went with the yellow of the Zanyan, so I went with it. But if you guys would like to see color changes or the lights changed or anything like that, you know, I'm open to suggestions. I'll be keeping this ship for a little while I try to gather up the artifacts. I'll probably be keeping it for a bloody month. But I do like to fresh up the ships now and then. I am pleased with this one. It's really just, it's got its thing. It's got its thing. There isn't a lot of armor on it. The armor on it's thicker than the last ones. It's 0.3 thickness. That's what I set it to. So it's much thicker, and it's doubled in places, like some of the forward ablative shielding is doubled and stuff. So where were we? We were in our mods. Did we complete our mods then? Right, we're going to check our stats. So our hull has 907,000 hit points. We're not moving, are we? No, it's the planet that's moving. Shield is running at 1.85 million with one shield mod. That seems like it'll probably do. I think we'll be all right. If we run into trouble, we'll up our shield mods. You know, we can switch something out. Volume 0.16 billion cubic meters. Doesn't seem that big, honest. Mass 3.16 megatons. Okay, it weighs as much as a mountain. Thrust 178.5 meters per second, and that'll go up. We're at 105 on engineering, and they're training. They're getting better, so be all good. Brake thrust 295.1, that won't change, and that's the best I could do with her, and it's pretty good. Yaw 0.41, pitch 0.49, roll 0.3. She's a little slow in space. I did not use any gyro blocks at all. All the turning is from thrusters. So we absolutely avoided gyro blocks this time. They don't seem worth it in terms of the engineering and money cost and stuff. They don't seem like they're quite worth it. I wouldn't mind seeing them beefed. Oh shit, we don't have a route out plan, do we? And there's a large group of alien ships showing up. What do you mean the subspace signals are getting too strong for your scanners? This is ridiculous. We've got to get a route out mapped right bloody now. Let's just go over here and hope there's no one in it. And then let's keep running. Let's just run towards our jump. I hate having to run away from these aliens, but this ship is A, untested, B, untested, C, untested, and D, unarmed. So I don't want to jump with all this speed, because I've had the occasional thing where you come out of jump at like massive velocity, and it seems really dangerous. So, yeah, okay. Oh no, we jumped before they showed. I'm an idiot. They follow you. Ah, snap. And now we've got 109 seconds. No, I've been such a fool. Oh, you guys. I've been playing for a while. I ought to know better than that. Well, let's just watch our generator and keep on running. Here they come. Whoa, they were right on us. You see that? I wonder if they'll be non-attacky. I don't trust them. I've been killing them a lot. Woo, we're slow turning, but let's get our sauce back on here. Let's get the heck away from those guys. We are unarmed, folks. She looks tiny from here, but that's because I got the camera scrolled out about 6 miles. Oops, I'm going to blow the Jenny. We need to fix the camera. I'll go into the options and do it. See if I can get a better camera angle for us on the ship. Okay, we left those guys 100 kilometers behind, and they're going further away from us. Great, they can do that then. We're going to let them. Maybe 106, 107. Yeah, they're not coming this way. That's great. They're not actually closing. So, build mode. Well, let's take a little more tour around the ship. As I said, she is mostly thrusters with energy and so forth in the core. The central ball, all around the central core of the ship, there's a ball of iron inertial dampeners, because I can't get Avorion. I don't know how to get into the galaxy center, and I need all the artifacts to do it and all that stuff, and I don't know how anyway. So that's all good. That's what this ship's all about. I put them on till I had over 500 braking, and that degraded to like just over 100 braking by the time I even had the core built, let alone the exterior. So I did have to add more. So plan for a lot if you're building a big ship. Put a lot of inertial dampeners in the center, because they're the heaviest thing you're going to use, right? And having them at center mass is good. It's probably why the ship can even turn, is that the center mass is heavier than the rest. Bloody heck, the calculations destroy you on bigger ships. Everything scales up. You need more of everything per everything, and you just get mashed. You know, I've built small ships of not dissimilar configuration, although not the same, and you know, I'll tell you, they handled like 60, although that was back in the days of thruster plating, of course, so maybe they wouldn't now. So yeah, we can have up to 43 armed turrets, and we can have up to 16 civilian turrets, but those numbers will be divided a little bit. So basically, this is a matter of taking a look at our inventory. We still have 47 million credits left, so we can pay the crew. Let's take a look at the crew. Oh yeah, we need to hire officer class super bad. I don't know what it does to your performance, but by God, we need to hire those people. So we'll go do that right away, but we should gun up the ship, and that'll be a matter of going into the inventory, poop, and sorting it by damage, because that's really the way to start looking at your guns, I think. And then we'll go through them all, and we'll decide what guns suit this ship, because I'm going to have less guns on this and more civilian turrets on this than the last ship. I may even use all 16 civilian turrets if I have the right level of salvaging lasers. Let's sort by type and see how many decent salvaging lasers I have. So let's find the salvagers in this pile. That looks like one. So wow, I've got a legendary Xanian salvaging turret. I wasn't using that. Holy smokes, that's nice. I've got a fairly large number of Xanian salvaging turrets, and that's the highest material I have for turrets right now. So yeah, I could probably fill in my 16 with those. And then we've got gun upon gun upon gun upon gun. Actually, we don't have an endless amount of guns, but we have quite a lot of guns, and sometimes the common ones are good. Then we've got all these mods. You know, I'm not going to do the guns on camera. I'm going to give you another few looks at the shippy-doo, which is really sweet. I don't know how to get the hangars operational or anything. Hangar capacity says, Schnapp, where is it? I don't even have fighters. 15-123, and that's some reference to size or capacity or something. I don't really know. I may have built them the wrong size. I just built them so they looked really cool on there. They look really cool. Can't wait to see ships come out of them. So yeah, we'll gun her up and do all that stuff, and we'll bring her back for some form of action-packed episode. I wonder if those aliens warped out again. We'll check them out. And there she is with the candle up her butt. I love it. I think it's a great ship. I'm not 100% with the color flourishes on the engines, but they are kind of awesome. And they are pretty much the same color as the engine thrust. And the thrusters are all Xanian as well. I can't believe we have materials left. That's so great. Actually, if we gained trinium, we used less trinium in this ship than in the last ship. That's interesting. And this is max slots. 15 slots. And I'm wondering if we really do need more shield. But, well, we'll see what happens after I gun her up. Because, yeah, she's not going to have as many guns as the last ship. Not a combat-focused ship. This is for finding stuff and making money along the way. So salvaging anything we kill and making money. But we've proved very capable of making money. It did cost 15 million extra credits to build this ship. We've proved very capable of making money with our previous ships. Even with the Eagle, which crashed into every goddamn thing, it still turned a profit. This hopefully won't crash into every damn thing. I don't think it will, because I'm going to fly it around like it's a truck. Because it is. It's an awesome truck. Space truck. Super pleased. Hope you guys like it too. Look forward to an episode with it blasting stuff coming very soon. The thrusters I know are a little weird. They're even on from side to side, but they are really strange looking. They're all different sizes. It's the way it worked out. They looked worse when I bound them, so I just bound them in the ways that looked good. There she floats, folks, and we will see you all soon for the next episode. Let's see, just, those guys don't seem to be getting any closer. Oh, they are getting closer, the devils. And we got a distress call and everything. Well, we're just going to leave Galaxy right like this. They're 120 kilometers away. Not a threat. We'll see you guys all very soon for the next episode with this beast all gunned up and ready to roll. And so until then, the anvil of death here bids you farewell. And yeah, see you next time. Bye for now.